It'll help.
Okay. Okay. So we have over here Rabbi Lieberman with us, who produced who authored the book Shmoi Shel Mashiach, and is now working on getting. We had him on last week as well, telling us a little bit more about the Sefer, and is in conjunction with some big scholars working on producing it in Lashon HaKodesh. So being that I'm wearing a talus over here, this isn't because whenever I give askamas and svarim, I put on a talus. No, just a little thought, which I think is so important, that we should make sure that this sefer comes out. The sefer has to come out. Voshnel, like Zusha said last week, that we shouldn't wait till Gimel Tammuz time. It should be out earlier. This is mamish every day. I just had a thought. It just occurred to me. The inyanim need bidur al pi halacha. That's it. Inyanim need a bidur al pi halacha. You find amazing. You find regarding David HaMelech that there was a whole shaila in halacha. In other words, the other side that tries to stop Mashiach, the forces of Asher Cherfu Ikvos Mashiachecha, will use Torah itself to try to fadrei Torah to block the Yanim of Kedusha from happening, especially in Yanim of Mashiach. That's an old tactic. And if you're looking at Basi Legani, this year's Basi Legani, where the Rebbe talks about the Frierdiker Rebbe, Oirin Seifla Mata Adein, how low it can create, how far against the Eibishter it can go. So in the Rebbe's Maimer, Chof Dalet, where the Rebbe explains the Frierdiker Rebbe's Maimer, the Rebbe is explaining that the lowest possible darga you can go is that you're using Torah itself to negate the Eibishter's Ratzon. That's how far corrupted it can go. So, and that's the most powerful, because Torah is powerful. So you find by David HaMelech that they fought David HaMelech with Torah. They said that, and one of the main thing is, they claim that his whole lineage from Rus is illegal, because he comes from Moav. And they needed to be mevared the halacha of amoini v'loy amoinis, mayavi v'loy mayavis. And once that was mizgala, and so on and so forth, once there's a bidid in Torah, there can be then the license is given for the Geula to happen, for the powers of Geula, the powers of Mashiach to be revealed in the world. So it is an interesting word that I once saw from this, I think from the Sfas Emes, or maybe it's from the Chedushei Arim, where he says a gewaldige thing, that on the pasuk Soid Hashem liYireyav, which the Chazal say Soid Hashem is Bris Milah, that through Bris Milah you're Megala Soid Hashem. This Giloy, Milah is a Lukus, and it's Behelim, Orla is Chayfa, and there has to be a Giloy of it. You have to remove the Orla. So by Avram Avinu, because Avram had his Bris Milah, he was Megala, a deep godly secret. What was the godly secret that was till then Behelim and then became Begiloi? It was the secret of Amoini Veloy Mayavis. Mamish this Indian. Why? Because on the third day of the Milah, the Malachim came to visit Avram Avinu, right? They came to visit him, and then from there they went to Sodom. So we know that the operation in Sodom was to save the two daughters, to save Lot, and Lot was really saved because of Mashiach lineage that's coming from him. However, in order for that to happen, why did the Malachim have to, the question is asked, why did the Malachim have to first come, those Malachim that are turning over Sodom, why did they have to come to Avram Avinu? They could have gone directly to Sodom. They have no shaykhs to that. And the reason, it needs a visitor, you can send them one visitor, the one that's coming from Mavaser. What do you need three Malachim? And the answer is that they couldn't do the operation in Sodom until they first have a bidur al pi halacha, that the two daughters of Lot are kosher to be the grandmothers, and that the rus is going to come from them, and that the rus is going to be accepted. Because al pi pashtus, al pi Torah, the halacha that was understood until then was lo yavi amoini bekal Hashem, moyavi bekal Hashem. So anybody from Moav is not allowed to be in, right? So then Rus will not be able to be the mother of Mashiach, and that was the prevalent halacha. So how did it change? How do we know Mayavi v'loy Mayavis? is because we say that the pasuk says the reason why Amoyin and Manal are coming Kal Hashem is because Ashaloi Kidmu Eschem, they didn't come out. They should have brought you bread and water when you met. Instead, they went out to war, but they didn't bring you bread and water. Chazal learn out who is the derech to go out to the army, to go out to the front lines to bring water, to bring bread and water. That's men, but women, atznius, they're not going to go out towards the men and bring them. In other words, that's why women are not held accountable, and that's why a woman giyaitis is kosher. A woman's giyashet is kosher to come into Kal Hashem because it's not sneeze for a woman to go out onto the line. How do you know that? So when the Malachim came to visit Avram Avinu, the Chedush Erim says, when they asked where is Sarah, and he answered Hine Ba'oyel, which means that she was sneistic and she was Ba'oyel. From there they derived the halacha that it's not a style of woman. And that was the halacha, the bitter halacha that was needed. Now they can go extract the light with his daughters, or else there would be no pathway. Here's the Nakuda. There would be no pathway for Mashiach had they not been mavada that halacha. So I think, and this is that there has been created since Gimel Tammuz the biggest obstacle against to bring to the Geula is the myth that was created that Lubavitch believes that because there is something called second coming, Christianity, and the Ein Mashiach Men HaMesim, and it's impossible, and so on and so forth, and it's a non-Torah belief, and it's against Yiddishkeit. That Cholerer Shalai is what's been sitting over there and literally poisoned thousands of, and it's Chas v'Shalom even affecting Lubavitches as well. That's how dark it is, and it holds back, and I believe it holds back the Geula. So you need to have a bidder on a printed sefer, with Talmidei to clarify the Indian, that the Indian is not hapach Yiddishkeit and Torah. That's why I believe that Rabbi Lieberman's sefer is so crucial and so important, because Rabbi, I'm a big proponent of his sefer, Wolf, Eretz Yisrael, and Yonishal Mashiach. But he doesn't deal with it. And I sent him I said, come on, this is such an important thing. This is where everybody gets stuck. Everybody gets stuck. It's all true bis Gimel Tammuz. After Gimel Tammuz, it's over. It's not an Alpi Rambam, it doesn't work. Alpi this, it doesn't work. It's not a Jewish belief. It's outside of the Pale of Judaism. This is a lie that was created. So we have to dispel that lie. So therefore, Rabbi Lieberman needs help in producing that sefer. And we spoke last week that it cost him $1,500 a month, and to pay for those that are working on the sefer to finish it. And I mentioned last week that perhaps we can raise 3 months of thing. Zush already promised 500, so that would be 4,500. So we're 4,000 left. So we want to do a little campaign on Minatzchim. If people throw in 100, 180. 30, 40 chevra, he's going to have them. He's going to have the monies to have a tremendous chus of a bidder al pi halachim, that the pathway to Mashiach, the way we, based on the Rebbe's sichos, but there has to be a legitimacy according to halach. That's my little pitch for today. So let's put it out today if we can. And I'm also going to do 180, even though Zusha said I have to do Azoy whenever he does 500, but that was his own inspiration at the moment. So I'm also going to do 180, and let's put it out there so that as many chevra can do this, and let's try to get it done in a day, today, tomorrow, to have the whole money collected. Question is, where can people send the money? Let's, Rabbi Lieberman, do you have anything that we can use?
So the answer is I made a fundraiser, but then they charged a small fee for credit card. Other than the little GoFundMe page, I have my email hooked up to Zelle, PayPal, and
okay,
Cash
let's
App.
do it that way. Do it directly to you. I don't think anybody, because of needs a major tax refund on this, unless someone wants to fund you $50,000.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Sichos the Rebbe said
regarding a kinus hashluchim. This was regarding one in Eretz Yisrael. This is the Tafshin Mem Aleph Sicha. In Yana Sel Hashlichos Hu, Keshe Oisim Shliach, L'Shluchei Shel Adam K'Moisei, Mutal Al Hashliach Laseis Oid Shliach, V'Hala Oid Shliach, V'Al Derech Sekisim B'Shtar Harsha, V'Yihi Eloi, Rishus Lahamid Meirasha Acher Mid Mekoimei, U'Meirasha Acher Meirasha Ad Mea Mershim, V'Ad Mea In HaKavana Dafka Mea, Ela Hadavar Yachal Lahimashich Oid V'Oid L'Leishir, Peiris, Ad Seifa Olam. The Milim HaPeiris. Ma Hi HaKavana B'Shlichus Sheshelchem Mishahu Yehudi Netzef, Sheyegale Es HaShliach Sheboi, Sheyase Gam Hasheni L'Shliach, V'Yesh Las, sorry, so it's Ma Hi HaKavana B'Shlichus Sheshelchem Mishahu Yehudi Netzef. What's the shlichus? Sheyegale Es HaShliach Sheboi, Sheyase Gam Es Hasheni L'Shliach. V'yesh lases b'darkei noyam over darkei shalim dafka v'loy ba'ofen havchi chatz v'shalim shahare. And this is a quote from the Gemara where it talks about a shliach, whether he has, if he damages something or he messes up, who's chayev for his damages. The baal, the meshalech can say the tikkunus sadasayich v'loy la'avsi. Right, I sent you to fix it, not to ruin it. V'lechetz b'darkei shel ha'meshalech harabi nesider reinu v'hari yadua. Shekasher harebi kibel asanasiyos. I believe he's talking about the Friedrich Rebbe. His nezayis b'kachshiyah b'chesed u'b'rachamim u'b'darkei noyam. V'im kein ba'ofen zeh hareho gam shoyleach es shluchav. Ve'im yesh lemisha hotziparnayim olav lehipanei zayis klape atzmai. And then the Rebbe says, Inyan hashlichos sarach liyos l'chol Yehudi b'li yotzim min haklal. Ba'davar kach the Parshas Hashavua with Parshas Vayakel. A pasuk Vayakel Moshe Paul Adas b'nei Yisrael. Omer ha'arizal. He Adas b'gematria erev Rav. Because he shadev l'kodim ha'maimer. V'hayu sh'afilu Yehudim sheheinam b'galui b'chinas erev Rav. Ha'adas b'hem hurak b'gematria b'helen. Gam oisam yesh lahakel. V'lifel b'hem she'iyah b'hem inyan shel Adas. And how do you have that? Oisias das ulakashram b'Moshe Rabbeinu. Obifrat shebiyameinu ein shaykh legamri mitzvah zur be'erev Rav ki elu amedabrim ba'ofen hachi ein zayis elu mishum she'enam yoidim v'hinam bedargas t'negas shenis v'chayetze bazeh. Shekol zeh be'in hashlichas b'chlal. Rav elu shenivchuru v'asam shluchim lahafetz ha'mayanos. So everything that was said until now was for every year, not specifically shluchim. And then the Rebbe says, "Al achas kam kama" to those people that were chosen and made into shluchim lahafetz hamayonis. Aleihem vaday lalechas b'darkei shel Rebbe Hamishaleach. Shem shluchiyat shalavim k'moisei. Oyev shalim v'reidav shalim. Oyev esabrias afilu brias la'alma mekarvan l'teira. U'b'vaday tzarich liyos k'fi shedover kama pa'amim rabbis hadiyuv bazeh u'mekarvan l'teira v'v'loi chas v'shalom lahebech lahebech lahasim es ha'teira l'brios u'lechapes Sharais v'heterim b'teira. Shari afilu tipes maiden she'ein shayach l'shanis es chachmasa yiritzeni shal kadosh baruch hu. Achzois guf atzar liyas mitech ava v'darchik noyam u'bifrat shehat kosher sha'atinu kosher gam b'tzfas, because that's where it was held that year. Hashaychus la'arizal v'yesh la gam kesher b'risenu shegilu es teir ha'arizal asher mitzvah gali zeh ha'chachma.
Where is the Sikha from?
Tafshin Mem Aleph. It was Mevarchim HaChodesh Adar Sheni. The Rebbe has a whole Sikha. I think it's the first one. I found it because I have the Sefer Shlichus, where it has all the stuff. So at the end, it has all the Sikhas from all the Knesset Shluchim. This is the first one they bring. So it seems that this is the Sikha the Rebbe ever said regarding the Knesset Shluchim. And he also mentions over here, somewhere in the Sikha, that he goes into more in Yonim about what Shlichus is and how Shlichus works, and about Hakal and Asham and Asham B'Taf, and that even the people, he gets involved in that. But he makes a very interesting point here, that he says that the Nakuda of Shlichus is about being Mekasher every single Yid with Atzmos. And that's like the accomplishment. How did we accomplish our Shlichus? That every Yid was Mekusher with Atmos. And I think part of the Nakuda there is that obviously everything is always connected to Atzmos. So what do you mean that you're going to be Makash something with Atzmos? But the Indian of a Keser is when you take two things that are seemingly different and then you tie them together in a superficial way. And like that, you show that they're truly one the whole time. So that's the Indian. It's not that we're connecting people to Atzmos, but we are connecting them in such a way that they seem like two things that reveal that truly they're one.
So now we take it back to you to tell us. So how do you take this as now, as a inspiration for the Nitzchim now?
I'm wondering. That's what I'm wondering. I don't have answers. I'm a simple person.
Oh, so you gave us the sicha. So there must be, if this came to us right now, there must be the shaykhs to us.
We have to make more shulchan.
Yeah.
Not it's we gotta get people going. to take every single yid, even the people that look like they're Erev Rav, and turn them into shluchim. That's what the Adam commenting. Could we do that this week? Could we take someone who's Erev Rav and make him a shliach this week?
You want to go see what Bobby's making in the pictures?
Is that possible?
For the case in the room. No. Did I catch you?
Mandy.
I think he left. Oh, he's here.
I'm on the move. I'm coming back to my computer in a second.
Because I look like sweater.
Yes, Reuven, what is your question?
No, you were gonna bring up the document you posted.
So
Right.
the question is, we were working on idea of making shalom, or increasing, making a campaign for shalom to bring Mashiach.
And then it was brought up the thing that why do we have to bring the machlekes and of Lubavitch out to the whole
Yeah, I'm back.